Good morning. It's good to join you. I hope you're warm. It's cold where I am. Now, today I would like to share some insights on personal development. In this time and age, it is good to lead ourselves. It is good to have some sense of direction in how we are progressive, career-wise and personally as well. Now, in the organizations we work for, more often than not, there will be a strategic plan, there will be a mission, there will be a vision, and of course there will be a direction or a roadmap in which objectives will be achieved over a certain time. But this morning I would like us probably to share how we can also have our own plans, our own missions, our own visions, and our own strategic plans that guide us through our lives. And the first key element that we should probably think about is having a personal development strategy. We should not live our lives, we should not live our career plans, our career success solely to our leaders, our organizations, or we should not leave it to time and chances. We should take direction. We should steer clear the ship of our lives. And one way of doing this is having a strategy. By having a strategy, it basically means we know where we've come from, we know where we are at, and where we are going. So having a strategic plan of our lives is good. And how do we develop a strategic plan? It's basically being honest with ourselves, and actually that is a key element of developing our personal development strategy. Being honest with ourselves, being honest about where we've come from, taking stock, taking charge of the failures, of the shortfalls, of the achievements, celebrating our achievements as well in equal measure, knowing where we are and what is needed to get ahead. And this is done by simply sitting and having a moment with ourselves, evaluating ourselves, evaluating our strengths, our skills, our talents, our goals, our career goals, and seeing what we need to do to help us move forward. Another way of actually creating a personal development strategy is evaluating feedback which we have received over time. Is there that consistent feedback we get along, whether it is in our career or whether it is in our business, whereby there is normally a complaint over probably a behavior or a trait we have that does not probably sit well, that probably holds us back? It's good to have honest feedback, and it's good to probably have people who can give us honest feedback. In the workplace, your manager can give you honest feedback, areas of improving. But how do we take that? Do we take criticism and feedback in equal measure? Because we cannot grow without feedback, we cannot grow without criticism. So that is also a way of enhancing our strategic vision in terms of personally developing. Another way of developing our personal leadership capabilities is through identifying our leadership style. What is our leadership style? And by this I mean, who are we? What drives us? How do we communicate? How do we lead? How do we instruct ourselves? Self-directed leadership. And we can tap into the various leadership traits that we see around. Honest, integrity, self-management, personal accountability, good spirit, result-oriented, sacrifice, dedication, giving support to others, supporting others, pushing ourselves to the extra mile, working on our weaknesses, enhancing our strengths, bridging the gaps that we have, strengthening our capabilities, through intellectual stimulation, professional development programs, mentorship, coaching, self-directed learning. Excuse me. And we have different types of leadership, which you can normally look at and tap into and see what works for us. We have authentic leadership, that is leading from the heart. We have transactional leadership, which is capital based. It is normally a transaction. It is normally a way of getting ahead using others. Transactional leadership. We have transformative leadership, whereby we seek to transform the lives of others, and as a result, our lives are transformed. We seek to identify the strengths and weaknesses of others, the potential of others, and help them develop as well. We have situational leadership, which is whereby at a certain time you are necessitated to be a leader. Situational leadership. We also have creative leadership, whereby we identify the creative energies of others, as well as we tap into the creative spirit of others and we use it to enhance leadership. We also have sacrificial leadership, whereby we put the interests of others before us, which is a good form of leadership. So which is your leadership style? Can you identify your leadership style, as it helps in self-directed leadership and in personally developing us? Now, it's also good to cultivate good traits in us. Cultivate traits that can propel us to be better people. I normally believe we should be better than we were yesterday. We work towards enhancing ourselves, and we do this through going through an evolution over time, from basic to competent to master to pro, and exploring everything in us, pushing ourselves, driving ourselves, developing emotionally, handling feedback maturely, seeking insights, seeking growth, developing our mindsets as well. This will help us develop our personal leadership capabilities. And I also wanted to talk about being results oriented is an initiative of personal leadership. Being strategically oriented, are we strategic about our growth? Are we intentional about achieving what we set out to achieve? We say we either have results or excuses. Which one features? Is it excuses or results? People, how do we handle people? How do we handle teams? If you are a leader, how do you ensure that your team succeeds? Do you bring out the best in your teams? Do you bring out the best in people? Are you people oriented? Are you people centric? Do you curtail the ambitions of your team, or do you help them grow? Do you identify and push them to the right direction? And we also have performance. How is our performance over time? Can you be able to gauge your performance over the last 5 years? Have you grown? Have you stalled? Have you helped others grow? So this is part of the insights I wanted to share this morning on personal development, and I would like to urge each one of us to probably take the initiative to develop a personal leadership development plan that will give us a roadmap on how we are going to grow, on how we are going to develop, and take other people along as well. It's not about you yourself winning or me myself winning. It's about all of us winning. Have a nice day. See you again.